Good evening, and welcome to Weird-O-Rama. I am your host, Victor von Psychotron, and all of us at Weird-O-Rama will always strive to bring you the creepy.
This is a day I have prayed for, yet feared would come.
The strange. And of course, the weird.
And then within the billion cells of the seemingly dead member, longing is translated into growth.
Tonight we have another double feature for you. This one, since it is February, on the theme of love in time for Valentine's Day. We will have episodes of The Veil, hosted by Boris Karloff, and another episode of One Step Beyond. Sorry. We'll also have 2 more chapters in the cliffhanger serial, The Sea Raiders, starring the Dead End Kids, or the East Side Kids, or the Little Tough Guys, or the Bowery Boys, whatever you wish to call them. So, lock all of your doors and windows, turn off all of your lights, sit back, have a cup of tea, and enjoy our latest double feature.
Good evening. Tonight, I'm going to tell you another strange and unusual story of the unexplainable which lies behind the veil. The mysteries of the East have always been a source of wonder to Western man. Our story tonight takes place in India and is based on a true and authenticated incident. Santa Naidu was born of average Hindu parents, but the time in which he lived was far from average. It encompassed a major social upheaval and a world at war. Yet even had these events not taken place, her life could never have been a normal one. Santa Naidu from birth was a child apart. A beautiful young woman died in August of 1927. Her name was Sita Vernoy. A beautiful baby girl was born, also in August, in the following year, 1928. Her name, Santa Naidu.
Rama, come in.
Forgive me, Madame Naidu, but I would like to talk to you about Santa.
Of course, Rama. Sit down. May I get you something to drink?
No, thank you. Madame Naidu, you must know how I feel about Santa.
And she about you. You are one of her oldest friends.
I remember the day your son, Carla, first brought me here. May his soul be at peace.
Santa was just a baby. Since the death of Carla, she regarded you as her older brother.
That is what I wish to discuss. I've watched Santa grow from a child to a young lady. And you know, I would do anything to make her happy. I'm not the wealthiest man in Delhi, but my prospects are good. And Madame Naidu, I would like your permission to marry Santa. Have I said something wrong?
Rama. Rama, this is a day I have prayed for, yet feared would come.
I do not understand.
Rama, if I were to say to you, Santa is already married with a son
You mock me.
Not in this life. In the previous one. Rama, are we not taught to believe it is only the body that dies at death? That the true self is in time reborn?
Of course.
Once. In a very great while, one is born with memory of a previous incarnation. And I'm afraid Santa is such a one. And the love she bore for her husband and son remains as strong as ever.
To remember another life. But how can this happen?
Who is to say? Perhaps it is proof that Nirvana is within reach of all.
Why was I not told of this before?
It's not something one speaks of freely. Not even to one as close as you. Oh, Rama, listen to me, my son. For her 5th birthday, I made her a little cloak, the color of flame. She cried when I put it on her. Why? Because she said because her husband wished her to wear only blue.
A 5-year-old child.
I put the cloak away, Rama, and then I cried because I knew nothing but sorrow would come of this.
Are you saying she knew all this even then?
No, not all. It came slowly. She recalled his face, their home, Mutra, where they lived, her son, and yesterday the name of her husband, Verneuil, Armand Verneuil.
And now? What happens now?
I'm preparing. Tomorrow we leave for Mutra.
Rama! I did not know you were here.
I wish to speak with your mother.
What is wrong?
Santa, Rama has come to ask for your hand in marriage.
Rama, have you told him?
Oh, Santa, you cannot really believe all of this, eh?
It is true, Rama. I have a husband and son.
But even if it is true, your husband will be an old man by now. And your son, he could be older than you are.
It will be as you say. I have been away too long.
Nothing but tragedy can come from this, Santa.
It is the will of our Lord Krishna. And my name is Santa no longer. I am Madame Sita Verneuil. And my husband has need of me. Forgive me, Rama. I must make ready for my journey.
Madame Naidu, this will not be a journey for 2 women alone.
You love her so much. We would welcome your company.
Wait here. I'll get the
But
cab.
there's no need. My husband's house is not far.
You know exactly where it is?
Of course. It is the first house beyond the Curson Museum on High Street. Armand chose it himself to be near his work.
Santa, I would like first to say thanks for our safe arrival in Mutra. And to pray that all goes well with you now.
Very well. The temple of Dakashish is on the way, in the street of the silversmith. I prayed there every night to the Lord Krishna, that he might send me a son, and he answered me.
Your son. What is his name?
What a question, Rama. How else could I thank him than to give his name to my child?
Therefore, my dear Professor Goncourt, we are pleased to accept Krishna Vernoy as a student at Columbia College.
Thank you. Thank you, Professor. Isn't that wonderful, Father?
Yes, my son.
Please let me know when you expect to arrive in New York with him, etc. We are old friends, the Dean and I.
Very good ones. When will we leave for America?
In a couple of weeks or so, I should say.
How will we get there? I don't suppose we can go by way of the Pacific because of the Japanese.
Krishna,
Yes, my father.
Professor Goncourt just arrived in Muttra. He wanted you to have this news at once. But now...
Forgive me, Father. And you, Professor. I know you must have much to say to each other, if you'll excuse me.
Thank you, my son.
You will permit me to join you again later. I have so many questions.
Of course. À bientôt.
Oh, mon vieux, what is the matter?
Nothing.
It is not like you to receive good news with such displeasure.
I didn't expect you so soon. I thought it would be another few weeks, a month perhaps.
You worrying about sending him so far away?
I can't do it, Charles. I can't send him anywhere.
Armand, he is not a child.
You don't understand. I cannot send him with you to America because I do not have the money.
Armand.
I made certain investments. Bad one. I didn't have Sita to advise me as in the old days. She knew how to manage things, that one. If she had lived, there would be money now and to spare.
She was a wise woman. Beautiful and wise.
And as frugal as I was extravagant. Charles, when I think of the money I spent when we were first married, I could have paid for his education 3 times over.
I wish I could help it. Well, I don't leave for 2 weeks or so. Perhaps something will turn up.
We are both men of science. We neither of us believe in miracles. Krishna will have to delay his education for a while, and I shall have to tell him so.
It'll break his heart.
And mine.
You are certain that this is the house?
Of course. But how badly the walls need whitening. Armand has let things go dreadfully. I'm afraid I shall have to scold him.
Still, it's a fine house.
I was very happy here.
Namaskar, my friends. Namaskar.
Namaskar. Can you be Krishna?
That is my name.
Oh, my son, oh, Krishna, my son.
Forgive me, please. I do not mean to be discourteous, but who are you?
Well, I had hoped you might know. But how could you? You were not 2 weeks old when I left you, my son.
Don't call me that, please. This young lady has come all the way from Delhi to speak to Mr. Ahmed Vernoy. I shall take her to him. But I still must ask you not to call me your son.
I gave you life, my son.
Are you trying to tell me that you're my mother?
I am.
Father? Father?
Armand!
Yes, young lady.
My husband, it is I, Sita.
What?
I have come home to you.
Krishna, this is not some of those silly schoolboy joke.
It's no joke of my making. She says she is my mother.
Oh, no. His mother died when he was born.
Yes. 7 days later, my body did die.
It was? 7 days. Oh, Charles, I don't understand this. I don't like it.
One moment, old friend. If I might be permitted a question?
Surely, Professor Goncourt.
You told her my name?
No, sir.
Then how did you... Well, no matter. When did your body die?
August 21st, 1927. But Brahma permitted me to be born again and to come back now to my husband and my son.
No, I do not believe it.
My son, your father's heart knows that I speak the truth.
I don't know anything of the kind.
Do not be angry with me, Armand. I returned as soon as Brahma permitted me to remember.
To remember? Me?
Your name. I remembered your face always. How you crinkled your eyes when you smiled. How your mouth... Oh, my husband. You should not have done it.
Done what?
You should not have shaved off your mustache. Armand, it's so beautiful.
Well, thank you, my dear.
You've changed it so much. Armand, you've changed this room all around also. You never let me move one of your ashtrays.
Madame Naidu, when was she born?
On August 31st, 1928.
A year and 10 days after Sita died. Oh, it can't be.
It is, Armand. I have been reborn.
I loved my wife very much. I would like it to be as you say, but you're a child.
I am Sita.
No, you are not.
My father, please tell her to go.
Oh, Krishna, my son.
I am not your son.
What must I say? What must I do to convince them?
Oh, voyons, voyons, mon petit.
Oiseau? Mon petit oiseau.
What?
Petit oiseau. You used to call me that. Your little bird.
I did. I did. Go now, child. Go with your mother and your friend. There is an hotel on Agra Street. Krishna will guide you.
No, it is much too expensive. We will go to the inn on the Drover's Road.
No. The hotel. I will pay.
My dear husband. Extravagant as always.
Go now with them, son.
Yes, my father.
This is not goodbye, Armand.
No. Au revoir. Until tomorrow.
I trust you'll find these rooms comfortable. May you rest well.
I'm sure that we shall. Thank you, my son.
Not at all, Miss Naidu. Madame Naidu, Mr. Mukherjee, good day.
Good day, Mr. Benoit.
Rama, do not be angry with him.
He thinks you're trying to play some kind of trick.
You did not believe me at first. Now you have opened your heart to the truth.
He won't.
When Armand accepts me, Krishna will also.
Mr. Benoit is of another faith, my child. He may not be willing to believe.
He will. I know this.
A woman has no husband who puts her aside. A woman has no son who denies her.
I'm very tired. With your permission.
She has Sita's voice, the same music, the same rise and fall.
Oh, you just imagine that.
Mon petit oiseau, I did not imagine that.
It's a common endearment.
In French, Charles. The girl speaks no French.
Well, she could have heard the phrase somewhere. I tell you, there must be a rational explanation.
How can you explain a girl her age, knowing these intimate details?
Like your moustache?
Yes, my moustache. And the furniture in all the rooms. And the name of servant Sita kept 20 years ago.
Armand, Unless you are prepared to believe in reincarnation,
I'm not.
then we must find an explanation elsewhere.
If there is one.
We'll find it.
And if we don't?
But we will.
Charles, listen to me. If we can't find an explanation, and the girl still persists in her belief that she is Sita reborn, what am I to do?
Amor, you're not. You cannot be thinking of accepting this girl as your wife.
I don't know. I don't know. My son.
Have you decided what you'll do, what you'll say to this girl from Delhi?
Well, Professor Gonko and I have been talking about it.
But you have not decided.
No.
I have decided. I am sorry, my father. I cannot accept as a mother a girl who's no older than I am. If you take her into this house, I cannot stay. Not even for the 2 weeks remaining.
2 weeks?
Until I leave for America.
Oh, Krishna.
That is when we're going, you said.
That is what was planned, but your father feels perhaps that... Amor.
My son, I do not believe that you will be able to leave Mutra for a while.
Because of this foolish girl, you wish me to stay to please her.
Oh, no. It's something that happened before she came, months ago. I didn't know how to tell you.
There's not enough money.
I invested my savings unwisely. The war has ruined me.
So, I shall remain here in Mutra.
Perhaps not for long. Maybe I will be able to devise a way. I'm sorry, my son.
It's all right, my father. I wondered how you would arrange it. I knew things were not well with us.
When the war is over, you will see, we'll make up for lost time.
Of course, my father. But now, what will you do with this girl?
I'll send her away.
I thought I would be welcomed with gladness and joy.
You are my child. I can only bring myself to believe you are Sita.
I am my husband. I am.
It's no use, my child. Even if I could bring myself to believe, there is Krishna. He never could believe.
In time, perhaps.
No, I've hurt him enough.
You, my husband?
Only last night, we had to tell him, Professor Gonko and I, Krishna was to go to America with him to continue his studies at a great university.
He's a fine student. Shows great promise.
I can't send him to America. I don't have enough money.
Then that is why Brahma has sent me. I knew that I was needed.
But I don't understand.
So that together we might help our son.
How?
You have forgotten your gifts to your bride? The jewels a Maharani would have been proud to wear?
Those are Sita's words. She wept when I gave them to her.
For joy, Armand. To have such riches against an evil day.
But they are gone. As if they never had been. When Sita left me...
The jewels remained, my husband. In this room.
can I say to you?
Only what is in your heart.
No one but Sita could know where the jewels were. Only Sita could know what you know of me.
But you still do not believe.
My house is yours. I would like you to stay here as long as you wish.
Had it been Brahma's will, he would have opened your heart to me.
I just saw the girl leaving with her friend.
Yes, she's on her way back to Delhi.
And you're going to America, my son, with Professor Goncourt.
What? But how? You said you have no money.
I was wrong. Your mother just proved it.
Can a man doubt what his heart knows is true? Armand Verneuil was convinced beyond question that this child was his wife. But he was a wise man, as Santha was wise beyond her years. And their decision to part, this time forever, undoubtedly avoided future unhappiness for all concerned. As yet, we have no understanding of how incidents of this kind occur. Perhaps there is a reason for our not understanding. Please join me again for another journey into the world of the unexplainable which lies behind the veil. Good night.
better get men out and start dragging for their bodies.
Gee, I hate to think what Eggie will do to me when she hears about this.
Hey, the cops are gone.
They're gone. I'm from the store. Wait a minute, I can't swim. That's nothing to brag about. Hang on to me. Don't try to ride me, you dope. Just keep your feet tweaking and stay in the water. Hang on. Hey, there's Billy and Toby. Gee, we thought this was gone. Yeah, we figured he either got drowned or was caught by the cops. I'd rather be drowned than be buried in the desert. Let's get out of here before the cops come, huh? Where are we gonna go to? We can't go back to the hideout. The cops will be there. What about the old Mary Lou? She ain't got a watchman no more. Swell. And boy, we get there, I'm gonna give you a workout you'll never forget. You mean you're gonna give him a shellacking? Ah, it ain't worth it. I'm gonna learn him how to swim, even if I have to drown you. You and how many Marines? Just me. Says you. Yeah, says me. Listen, Stoop, no guy's gonna learn me how to swim. Get that? Let me out of here. I told you I don't like to swim. Let me down, will you? Okay, you're on your own. Take it easy. Don't get excited now, Toby. Look, don't try to walk on the water. Stay as low as you can and keep your nose up. Act it. Try to. Oh, wait a second. Here, hold it. Don't try to hang on to me. Take it easy now.
We just gotta find those kids before the police do, huh?
I know. If they tell what they know, the police will trace the stolen torpedo boat to us, and we'll get 20 years. That's all you've been saying since last night.
Don't get excited. Stay up there. That's it. I'll walk on the water. That's it, son. This one. That's it. That's the stuff. You get terrific.
I wonder where Zeke is.
I found them.
Where?
Over at Long Wharf. Looks like they're holding up that old tub of mine, the Mary Lou.
Good. You row over to Anderson. Tell him to pull the motorboat close up to the Mary Lou.
All right. See? What, can you swim? Anybody can swim with a rope around them. I picked that door up an hour ago. What? Hey, look at me, I can swim. Hey, fellas, I can swim. Okay, you can swim, so what? We're gonna go aboard and find his fish. Come on, let's go. Hey, wait, I put my shoes and socks on. You got them on. Gee, I know I took my socks. No, I got them. Come on, Joey. Know something funny? Next year I think I'll try for the Olympics. That is funny. You ready? I don't get it. But... Come on.
Hey, Cap, somebody's coming over the side.
Come on. There's a skip over there. Let's go.
Pulling you out of the tree.
Well, they told me I can swim. Haven't you heard? Hey, look! Come on up. Between the cops and them guys, we haven't got a Chinaman's chance.
Why don't you go to the cops and tell them about those crooks stealing that torpedo boat?
Yeah, then maybe they'll lay off us. They wouldn't believe a bunch of war frats like us. They'd send us to the desert so fast we wouldn't know what happened.
Our only chance is to stow away in some boat and get out of this town.
The Astoria's leaving tonight from Pier 9.
Where's it heading to?
Who cares? She's sailing. You guys game?
Sure. What do we got to lose?
All right, head for Pier 9.
X40 calling X22. X40 calling X22. Come in, X22.
X22 answering X40. Go ahead.
Billy Adams and Toby Nelson were accidentally drowned this afternoon.
Do you know whether they gave any information to the police about the stolen torpedo boat?
No, sir, they had not.
Too bad. By the way, you know Astoria Preferred is up 10 points tonight.
So? I hadn't heard. Any instructions?
I have a man investigating. Stand by for further details and instructions. That's all.
Yes, sir. X40 signing off.
Those kids out of the way, it looks that the Sea Raider is safe again for a while.
Yes. Oh, by the way, did Adams finish the blueprints for his torpedo boat to replace the ones that were stolen?
He hasn't had time. He's let me know as soon as he has tracings drafted.
Well, there you are, Tom. I was hoping you would be.
Hello, Aggie. Any news of the boys yet?
No. I was hoping maybe you'd heard something.
Not a word since Warren told us about the wreck of the motorboat.
They're drowned. I know they're drowned. It's all our fault. We're threatening to send them to the desert when we know they love the sea.
You're wrong, Yankee, darling. They're not drowned. They're not drowned.
No, Dad?
No. The harbor police have been dragging the bay for them all afternoon long. What do you think they found?
What?
Nothing.
Well, if they're not drowned, then where are they?
Well, that's what I don't know, Aggie, but I'll find out and I'll have them in jail by morning.
If you find them, you'll not have them in jail.
Yes, I will, Aggie. That's me job.
Oh, no, you won't. You find them, you bring them to us right here. Now be off with it. And don't show your ugly face again till you find those two boys.
All right, Aggie, all right.
You guys ain't going. Cops ain't after you. Gonna stay ashore and be respectable.
How much to be
Shut up. You gonna be tramps like us all your lives?
We wouldn't mind.
Shut up. Come on, Toby.
Come on, fellas.
I got a note for the captain. Where do I find him?
I'll take it, George.
Lady said I had to give it to him personally.
Oh, I see. You'll find him on the afterdeck.
Thanks. He made it. Gee, I wish it was us.
Do you want to be respectable?
Nah.
I want to be with Toby and Billy.
Well, what's holding us up?
Let's go.
Hey, look, it's Brett Warren.
Come on.
Hey, he's right behind us.
Come on, I know a place where we can lose him.
stay here. He may be walking around up there. Yeah, we better stay put. That might be the cops. Well, we're on our way. Yeah, my home. Hey, maybe some canned goods are one unboxed, huh? Be able to find out easy. It's a broken board in that case over there. Look, airplane propellers. War munitions, huh? These are the kind of shipments the Sea Raider is after. Yeah, she hasn't missed sinking one in more than a month. Let's get out of here.
Stowaways, huh?
Yeah, but we sort of changed our mind. We'd like to go ashore.
Sorry, boys, but we're short of deckhands, so you'll have to stay aboard.
Yeah, but this boat is full of munitions, and the Sea Raider's liable to sink at any minute.
I know. That's why we're sailing short-handed. Come on up and see the captain.
I don't know the captain. What do I want to see him for?
About time you arrived. Is the Astoria sailing on schedule?
That schedule was a blind. She sailed a half hour ago. She's taking the South Channel.
The chief doesn't like Thaliasburg. Now go to your post while I report. X-39 calling X-22. X-39 calling X-22. Come in, X-22, important.
X-22 answering X-39. X-22 answering X-39. Will the Astoria sail on time?
I'm sorry, sir. She sailed half an hour ago.
Half an hour ago?
Yes, sir. She's leaving by South Channel.
The South Channel? Why wasn't I notified?
She changed her schedule purposely to confuse the raider.
They must be talking about the Sea Raider. Yeah, and I bet they was figuring on blowing up the Astoria. But Billy had told me on it. We gotta do something.
What kind of idiots do I have working for me? Of all the...
We're not late yet. Here's our chance to see if Adams' torpedo boat can overhaul them.
But we're taking an awful chance on the torpedo boat being seen.
We've got to take that chance. The Astoria is carrying an important cargo.
Imagine destroying a cargo of munitions with the government's torpedo boat. X-39, report back here at once. Call X-40, quick.
We gotta get out and warn the Astoria. What are we gonna do, walk?
X-22 calling X-40. Come in, X-40.
X-40 answering X-22. Come in, X-22.
Astoria up 9 points through South Channel.
9? I thought it was 10.
That report was an error. Impossible now to operate mine stock.
That's right. What can I do?
Play heavy through newly acquired torpedo stock.
But we can't take that chance.
Obey my orders. If torpedo properly handled, can smash Astoria.
All right, sir. I'll handle it. You heard what he said.
Yeah, but what does he mean? I don't understand that code stuff.
It means we gotta blow up the Astoria with Adams' torpedo boat.
Oh.
Step on it.
come on. Let's see you put a little snap into it.
Look, we didn't ask for this job. If you don't like the way we work, put us ashore and fire us.
Are you going to snap into it, or you want to taste the rope sand?
Okay. But a guy can't work when he's starved. What do we eat?
8 bells, end of the watch.
Ahoy! Ahoy, Astoria, ahoy!
Ahoy!
Man, our lifeboats, Cap. The Sea Raider's coming out to sink you.
It's Butch.
Get back to work.
We've got friends of ours.
So what? Get back to work. Who says so?
We do. We heard some guys talking.
Landlubbers do too much talking.
You're on the level. If they say they got the right dope, they ain't kidding.
They may not be kidding me, but somebody's sure kidding them. Put back to shore, boys. We're not turning back with this cargo.
We got a couple of friends on board. They stowed away.
They're not stowaways now.
We'll throw them overside so we get them away before you blow up.
Good bluff, kids, to get your friends put off this ship, but it won't work. We're short-handed.
You can't keep us here if they're going to sink the ship.
Forget it. Even if there was a raider, we're out of our range by now.
Here she is. Let go of that first torpedo.
If we don't want to stay. Look, we're not staying around here getting blown up by nobody.
Barbecue. Our barbecue is prepared especially for you. Try our delicious hamburgers. Come and get them at the concession stand.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Just a few words about some of the cast and crew of our double feature. You, of course, recognize the Dead End Kids in the Sea Raiders from our film Ghosts on the Loose, which we hosted, one of the earliest episodes we ever did, where they clashed with Bela Lugosi and other Nazi saboteurs. Now, in The Veil, which of course is hosted by Boris Karloff, who's been in our program many times, just last month in fact, in The Terror, with Jack Nicholson, directed by Francis Ford Coppola and Roger Corman, believe it or not. But in The Veil, we have among the cast is a very young George Hamilton as Krishna Vernoy, who went on to be well known for playing Dracula in Love at First Bite, also was in The Godfather Part 3, Zord of the Gay Blade, and many other films and television series. Now, the director of this episode of The Veil is Herbert Strock. He directed I Was a Teenage Frankenstein, Blood of Dracula. He was the editor of Donovan's Brain, and he was the editor and writer of The Crawling Hand. Now, in One Step Beyond, the cast of that episode is made up of many stock players from many great television shows, westerns of the time, mostly from the 40s and 50s and 60s. Many actors who've just been in so many things we couldn't possibly list them all. But the one we wanted to tell you about for sure was the man playing the conductor, Olan Soule. If you listen carefully, you might be thinking, why does that man's voice sound so familiar? That's because Olan Soule was the voice of Batman in the Super Friends and practically every Batman cartoon from the 1960s through the 1980s. Super Friends, Scooby-Doo, the Superman Batman Hour, you name it, he was the voice, he was Batman. So, we hope you're enjoying our latest double feature. We'll get right back to it after this word from our sponsor.
The mysterious East was the inspiration for Yardley's new fragrance, Sea Jade. Sea Jade is made in many things: cream bath and soap, talc and mini spray. Sea Jade is a haunting fragrance that people will remember you by.
Things strange, unexpected, mysterious, but not to be denied. Join me now and take one step beyond. Asterius vulgaris, the starfish. Usually he has 5 points. But sometimes, in the fierce struggle for existence beneath the sea, he loses a point, or a limb. The parent body drifts away, and the lost limb, willing somehow to become a part of that which was once the whole, is left by itself, lost forever by itself. And then within the billion cells of the seemingly dead member, longing is translated into growth. Now, cell by cell, the limb remembers that of which it was once a part. And now, cell by cell, reconstructs itself into the shape, the function, and the pattern of that to which it once belonged. Until finally, memory becomes a reality. A new starfish has been created. This was done by a very common creature, Asterius vulgaris, the common starfish.
Thank you. Oh, I'm sorry. You gave me the wrong ticket. This is for the train to Seaside.
Well, that's what you said.
Oh, no, I'm sure I said Woodmere.
All right, lady.
Oh,
Woodmere.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Please, miss?
Yes.
You're on the wrong train, miss. We're going to Seaside.
Oh, no. No, I'm going to Woodmere.
Yes, that's the way your ticket reads, but this train goes to Seaside.
Seaside? Well, I will have to change.
You can't. It's non-stop all the way.
What can I do?
Nothing.
Seaside? Let's order Peter a chicken sandwich. Norman, that girl's staring at you with the most peculiar expression on her face. Norman, what's the matter? Norman, do you know her? Norman,
What?
do you know her?
No, I don't know her. I never saw her before. In my life.
Norman, please, what's the matter?
I don't know.
Hello.
Yes, ma'am.
What time is the next train for Boston, please?
There's 3 tomorrow.
Oh, no, tonight. I mean, as soon as possible.
There's none tonight.
Oh. Oh, thank you.
Need a taxi, lady?
Oh, no, thank you. Oh, yes. Yes, I want to go to a hotel.
Anyone particular?
No. No, I've never been here before.
Well, I can make a recommendation. You could try the Hotel Alton. It's the newest one here. It's quiet, comfortable, nice people go there.
I want to go to the Seacliff house.
Those your bags?
Oh, yes.
I thought you said you were never here before. Taxi's over there, lady. Taxi, mister?
Yes.
Where'd you like to go?
Seacliff House.
Sure thing. You hop in trouble with me, son. Well, here we are. 2 fares and both to the same place. Tell you what I'll do. I won't charge you 2 fares or as little as 1. Is that fair enough? You folks just make yourself comfortable and I'll take care of your baggage.
It's a pretty town, isn't it? I imagine it's busier than this ordinarily.
In season it is.
Thank you.
We know each other.
I know. But I don't know how that is, though.
I live in Chicago. Evanston. I used to go down to Evanston 2 or 3 times a month on business.
Do you know Newton Falls in Massachusetts, just outside Boston? I lived there all my life. That was your wife with you and your son.
Yes.
Have you ever been to this place before?
I think so. When I was a little boy with my father. I think I was here once before. As I remember, it was late in the fall.
Why do you make me feel so unsettled? I've never been to this place before. I never heard the name of this place before today. And yet I do know it. I have a feeling that this is second chance. Yes. This is the second chance.
Look. There they are. They fly south and nest. Far places. And then something draws them back again. And the fledglings return from wherever their parents came. Did you know that sometimes year after year, without ever having seen it before, the fledgling returns to the nest the parents used? Are you married?
No. But I will be. In a month.
There's something I want to tell you.
No. No. No, please don't. Please.
I've got to tell you. My wife and I have been married for almost 10 years. I have never looked at another woman. I have never looked at another woman before.
You will not.
Please. Don't avoid me. I'm just trying to straighten this thing out. I'm not a boy. I don't play games and I don't flirt. I feel as if I'm being torn apart. And I know you feel that way too.
Please. Please leave me alone.
Cut your cheek.
I'm all right. I'm all right.
Why did you go riding off by yourself?
Because I had to have time to think about us. Because I had to be by myself.
I don't want you to be by yourself. Why do you always run away from me? I don't want to let you out of my sight.
How do you think I must feel? You're another woman's husband, and I've got you in my thoughts all the time. Whatever I do, wherever I am, I think about you.
And don't think about me. Need me, I need you. Be with me.
No, I want to go. Let me go. Please, please. Let me go.
I don't know what it is, but it's clearer now.
Yes. Yes.
I'll tell you something else. The fight ends, and we go walking together in the woods.
And there's a waterfall. And we sit there hand in hand.
It's the last day. It's all we have. But it's full. It's a wonderful day.
It ends sadly. Not painfully. There's just emptiness and sorrow for a while. And then it's forgotten.
This is all we have, then. What?
I think we can find the waterfall that way.
Now?
No. Because it's part of goodbye.
Please. Please let me persuade you. Please stay with me.
You're married and I'm engaged. We're not children.
No.
I'm going home.
I know.
I take the morning train.
I know.
Which of this is real and which is fantasy? Can you sort it out?
I love you.
I know. Norman.
I love you. Have you stopped loving me? Or is this something else?
This is something else.
Can you explain it to me?
I don't know.
Would you try?
I'd have to understand it myself first.
I was talking to the manager earlier. He said in the old days people used to dance out here. That's why the Japanese lanterns are still here. There were lanterns out here in a band every night. He says he'd love to see people dancing again.
Japanese lanterns. And on Thursday nights, fireworks.
Well, yes. That's what he said. Did you talk with him, too?
I have to see her once more.
Come on in, Harriet. I'll be down in a minute.
John? Mother! I need to tell you something.
I need to tell you. What is your first name?
Norman Bromley.
Yes, of course. When I was young, before I married your father, I went on vacation to Seaside. I met a young man there, John Bromley. He had a very young son with him. I imagine that was you. I understood that he was married. Just the same, I was drawn to him, and he to me. We met simply enough on a cliff overlooking the sea. There were wild birds flying overhead, and we talked of the strange compulsion, that marvelous impulse that causes them to migrate so far each year. His wife was jealous. She saw him talking to me one morning and made a scene. I didn't really blame her. Out of shame and guilt, and I must confess, out of anger, I took one of the horses and rode out along a road I knew. Your father rode after me. We quarreled and then made up. We walked in the woods and found a waterfall and held hands. No more. That evening we danced, and I kissed him. No more. The next morning I went home. I loved your father dearly. I thought little about Mr. Bromley after that time. I want you to understand. I never thought of him again until after your father died last year. You must believe me. But lately I've thought about it all again, and again, and again. Shortly after I came back from Seaside, John came to see me. He said that he was making a good marriage with his wife. He brought me a present. This. I've always kept it. Do you remember when you were a little girl how you used to love to listen to the sound of the ocean captured in this shell? Mr. Bromley, do you understand why I've told you all this? Marianne came back from Seaside and told me what had happened. I realized that somehow, in some way that I'm not able to explain, you two were living out my dream. I want to free you. I want to free you both.
Thank you. I'm free. I'm free.
He's left his package.
When Marianne is married and her daughter is grown, you suppose there'll be 3 shells? The wild bird is drawn to a nest it has never seen. The part remembers the whole, and out of it the limb of a starfish creates the parent from which it was torn. Now, do you suppose that we only inherit the color of our eyes, the shape of our heads? Or is there a deeper memory in every cell? A genetic memory. And we don't really know, do we?
hadn't been for Butch and Bilge, we would have been in that.
Yeah. Bilge, head back. See if we can pick anyone up.
She's gone. Not a sign of her left.
Hey, this torpedo boat Tom Adams built sure is dynamite, ain't she?
She's foolproof. That's why them foreign agents want to pay us so heavy to get it for them.
We better get back to barge and report before somebody spots it.
Hey, what's the matter with the motor? It's all right coming out.
Sounds like ignition. Kill it, I'll take a look.
Do you see anything, Billy?
Not a thing. Those guys didn't have a Chinaman's chance.
Yeah, and that smart guy said to forget it. There ain't no Sea Raider.
Yeah, if the cops had stopped chasing us guys, maybe they captured a Sea Raider.
How'd you guys know they were going to blow up the Astoria?
We were hiding from Brack Warren and we heard a couple
Hey,
of
wait a
times.
minute. Is that a boat coming this way? Maybe it's the Raider. Let's find out.
Don't be silly. Let's scram.
What's the matter? You scared?
I ain't scared. I just ain't got no curiosity, that's all.
All right, slide up to it. Let's take a look.
Listen, I think I hear more folk.
There she is. One bank of soldiers is missing, but she'll get us in.
They're beating it. Step on it. Looks like my brother's torpedo boat.
If it is, we'll have to catch them in this old pub.
We gotta find out where they keep it hid.
Looks like they're following us.
I'll change the course and find out.
Gained on them. Good.
They are following us.
Probably a police boat.
We could walk away from them if this motor was working right.
Well, it ain't. I'll deliver that stern gun.
Say, if you start shooting, you'll have every patrol the harbor after us.
We'll give them some of the same. Get to it.
Where are you, fool? Let's get out of here. No, stay with it. We just gotta find out where they keep it hid.
Go ahead. Get hit in the eye with a cannonball. See if I can.
Throw it from side to side. They'll never hit us if we zigzag. That's it.
Good shot.
Late going back. If any of us get away, they'll have the FBI on us before morning.
Well, if we couldn't see who they were, it's a cinch they couldn't recognize us.
A fine thing. You zig when you should have zagged.
Now what? Someone saw the old hideout. Maybe Brock Warren's watching it. I hope he is. I'd like to meet him in our own alley. Which way? This way. Come on. Come on. What's over, you guys? Do you think you can swim it, Toby?
I guess so. If you let me sit down and rest once in a while.
X40 calling X22. X40 calling X22. Come in, X22.
X22 answering X40. Go ahead.
Astoria stock down to rock bottom.
Good. What's the report on torpedo stock?
Perfect investment. Better than the claims made for it.
Splendid. Anything else to report?
We had a little trouble with unrecognized motorboat stock. Had to force it down.
Must have had a run-in with a police boat.
Did the others in the deal know who you were?
Not a chance. We took care of that.
Keep me informed about further developments. Well, now you can report to your government that the boat has been tested and is a perfect success.
We better get it out of the country. Every hour that we wait doubles the danger from the FBI.
Your government promised me payment in advance. When they've made good, they'll get the boat. And not before.
Bill, suppose the cops are down there. There's no more than one of them and four of us. Come on.
Go ahead, I'll watch. Hey, come on.
It's okay, no coppers. Walk it out.
open up the boat. It's coming here.
Hey! Lay off them groceries, they're mine.
What do you mean yours? You got them with the dough you've got from tipping us off to the coppers, didn't you?
Who told you I tipped you off to the cops?
The guy admits it. That's all I wanted to know.
I never squealed on you. Honest, I didn't. If Brack Warren said I did, he's lying. Look, would I be here now if I wasn't for you? There's more trouble coming.
What do you mean, more trouble?
The FBI's after you now.
How do you know?
Well, they tried to pump me, and I told him to roll the rods out of town.
Oh, that's bad.
When them G-men get after you, you might as well give yourself up.
Yeah, you're right.
Billy, why don't you go to the cops and tell them who really stole that torpedo boat?
Hey, do you know?
Yeah, we know one of the guys, but the cops wouldn't believe us.
Yeah, they wouldn't listen to me, but they might listen to my brother Tom, wouldn't they?
Let's build a boat for the government when it was stolen. Sure.
All right. We'll put him on the trail and let him figure out the rest for themselves. Here. Take this note. Put it in the mailbox down at Tom's boatways. Here. Billy, don't trust this rat. He'll go straight to the cops.
Oh, no, he won't.
From now on, he does as I tell him.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, you heard me. You know why the coppers are after Toby and me in the first place, don't you?
Sure. For a little job that Swab pulled. Yeah. We could have squared ourselves by squealing. But we wouldn't.
From now on, if I only think he's giving us the double cross, we tell what we know when he goes up with us.
Hey, you guys don't really think I'd rat on you, do you?
Uh-uh.
Oh, no.
From now on, you won't. Uh-uh. Leave the boat here.
Okay, can I have some of that food?
Get some where you got that.
You know, Swab, I'd give you some, but they throw me out of the club.
You would, huh? Don't want to get up there in a hurry.
Morning, Tom.
Hello, Aggie.
Here's the mail.
Thanks.
Any word of our dear little brother, the brat?
No, not a word.
Nothing about your stolen torpedo, buddy?
Nope.
Well, but never mind, Tom. Why don't you...
Hey, listen to this. If you want to know who stole your torpedo boat and blueprints, arrest Pug Anderson. Sounds silly to me.
What's silly about it?
Pug Anderson works for your uncle on the barge, doesn't he?
Uncle or no uncle, I wouldn't put it past him to be in on it, too.
What would they use a torpedo boat on a fish barge for?
They could get plenty for it from some foreign government, couldn't they?
Yeah. I suppose they could. I'll get a hold of Brack Warren tomorrow. We'll have a talk with Anderson.
Why tomorrow? Why not right now?
I have to go out to Carlton's yacht. He wants to see these plans as soon as they're finished.
Carlton wants this. Carlton wants that.
He has a right to, Aggie. He financed my first torpedo boat. When it was stolen, he financed the second. Now he promises to build 300 of them for the government as part of our defense program. Aggie, that's a lot more important than going on a wild goose chase to a fish barge.
I hope you're right.
I'm amazed that you were able to get these plans out so quickly, Tom.
I'm anxious to get the torpedo boats to the Navy as soon as possible.
That should be the spirit of every American these days. I should like to go over these plans alone before we talk cost.
Oh, by all means.
I have to leave you in Leah's hands for a while, but I shan't be long.
Don't hurry back on our account. Please sit down, Tom.
Thank you.
Well, perhaps I'm interrupting a twosome.
Of course not, Mr. Town. Just don't be ridiculous.
Henry, I want you to get out a set of blueprints as fast as you can. I have everything ready.
Well, have you had any news of your stolen torpedo boat yet?
Funny you should ask that. I received a mysterious note this afternoon. I'm not sure it means anything.
I want to know who stole your torpedo boat and blueprints. Arrest Pug Anderson. Pug Anderson, who is he?
Oh, sort of a roustabout. He works out on Cap Nelson's fish barge.
What possible interest could he have in your boat?
That's what puzzles me.
Of course, you've referred it to the police.
I mean to this afternoon.
Oh, by all means, it's our only clue.
Well, if you'll excuse me for running off, I go on watch now.
I'll certainly be happy when we've finished with this C rating business. You haven't any kick coming, Fenwick. I've paid you well for your inventions. But I didn't expect it to be used against my own government. Well, you're in it now, so what are you going to do about it? Nothing. But obey your orders. That's Tonjas.
Adams has been tipped off about Anderson. He's going to send the police after him.
I'll lead him straight to the barge and the torpedo boat. I'll radio Nelson to burn the barge and take the torpedo boat to the island.
What about Adams getting to the police?
We'll arrange to hold him here until Nelson has completed his job. Have you got the order straight?
Yes, sir, but,
Feed it back to me.
get rid of all barge stock and transfer torpedo stock to island.
That's right. And see there's no slip-up. That's all.
Yes, sir. Well, you heard what he said.
Yeah, but you know, I don't understand this code gibberish.
We gotta burn the barge and take the torpedo boat to the island.
Ah, he's crazy.
And he wants a quick job. We gotta go ashore for a couple of loads of gasoline.
We're never going to get out of that jam with the cops the way we're going about it.
What do you mean?
Look, how do we know Swab delivered the note? And even if he did, maybe Tom doesn't believe it. And if he did, he can't make Anderson talk anyway.
Sure looks like we're sunk.
We are not. We'll go over to the barge tonight and get the plans off Anderson ourselves.
Oh, talk down. We tried that once before.
And we're going to try it again. Would you guys rather sit here and let the cops come and pick you up?
Okay, shoot.
All right. Now, here's what we're going to do. When it gets good and dark, we'll go over to the barge.
Oh, Tom, there are a few changes in these I would like to suggest. Suppose you stay for dinner and we talk them over.
Oh, I'm sorry, but Lee has just persuaded me I should go ashore.
What?
Yes, Tom has an important clue about the man who stole his boat, and I think you should notify the police immediately.
An important clue? Leah's right, Tom. You should take this to the police. But, do you suppose a matter of a couple of hours would make much difference?
Oh, I don't see how it could. After all, the important thing is not to delay the construction of these torpedo boats for the Navy.
Right. Suppose we go in the lounge, huh?
Well, that's all of this load, and Anderson will have the rest on the dock by the time we get back for it.
All right, Cap.
Hold it, I hear a motorboat.
There it is.
Boy, if that isn't luck.
Yeah. Now we can search that old club without being shot at.
We'll find those blueprints. We have to pull this tub apart plank by plank. Toby and me are going aboard. You guys stand by. We may have to scram. Come on.
Heck, I'm getting tired of being pushed around.
Me too.
Give you a whack in the skull.
out of it. We gotta scram.
You can't go any closer, Cap.
We gotta get that torpedo boat out of the fire.
Well, you can't. It'll be suicide. You know she's full of torpedoes.
She'll blow up any minute now.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, just attempting to learn the language of love. We hope you have enjoyed our latest double feature. Please feel free to email us your comments about it. Also be sure to check out our blog, Facebook fan page, Twitter feed, and of course, Weird-O-Rama.com. So for all of us at Weird-O-Rama, this is Victor von Psychotron telling all of you to stay weird.